All right, welcome back to Reviews and More. Today we are reviewing Dolce Gabbana King, or King by Dolce Gabbana. Some call it K, some call it K Gabbana. It's got you Google search Dolce Gabbana K, and that'll get you there. So there you go. Came out in 2019. They got a new version. This is the EDT version. Picked it up at Marshall's, right there for about $50 for a 50 ml bottle, which is not a crazy high price. Before I jump into like the notes and stuff, as always, if you like the channel, like the content, and found this review helpful, hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe. All that's very helpful to me and the channel. But yeah, so let's talk about these notes real fast. We got juniper berries, citruses, orange, blood orange, and Sicilian lemon. That's from Fragrantica. On the back of the box, we have chili pepper. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but we'll find out. And then with those middle notes, we get pimento, and there's the pepper that's mentioned first, but not chili pepper, but whatever. Lavender, clary sage, and geranium. And followed by final base notes of vetiver, cedar, patchouli. So I'm not sure what the back of that, I mean, the back's kind of sort of accurate. It's just that chili pepper is not listed as a top ingredient, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on here. As always with my channel, the way I review fragrances, I do a spray onto some a paper. I then do a spray onto my wrist. I give you a brief impression of both of those. It's usually nothing too crazy to write home about, but it does matter to some people. And then I kind of just come back about 4, 5, 6 hours later, depending on how long it takes for the dry down and performance to be noticeable or understandable, and then I go from there. And you'll hear, and basically it'll be a second for you, but for me it'll be like 8 to 10 hours, depending on how long this thing lasts. So let's go ahead and get a little tester strip out. Got a mess over here. Pop open the crown top. Again, I like the crown top. I think it's a little silly, but I like it. This is a 50 ml bottle. We overpaid for it a little bit because I thought I was getting the EDP, but not a huge deal. You can get this for about probably under $40 online on Joma Shop, Fragrance Net. Just make sure if you want the EDT. So this is a review of the EDT and the EDT alone. All right, so I'm just now starting to smell the opening notes on paper. Definitely a lot of citrus and a little bit of juniper berry. I don't know what they're talking about with the note with chili pepper. I'm really not getting that in the opening note. So unless those middle notes kind of carry through and it gets peppery on me, on this little paper, I'm not getting a whole lot of that stuff. It's mostly citrus with some just general kind of aromatic notes from the juniper and the lavender that kind of peeks through early. It's I would say it's definitely more lavender heavy than it is as far as the pepper. Let's do it on wrist next. Pop, pop. Same thing, maybe a little sweeter, a little more citrusy and sweet on the opening on skin. That's pretty standard for me. My skin usually responds pretty well to citrus, so that's kind of what I'm getting from it. It's pleasant overall, and because of those opening fruit notes, it's almost like kind of aquatic because it's just so much sugar and fruit. So it's a very for a cologne for men, it's a very sweet opening citrus note instead of it being like really bitter or rindy. It's very much a sweet kind of syrupy kind of opening citrus note. Yeah. All right, so I'll jump back in about probably 4 hours. So we'll talk about this. Remember, this is the EDT eau de toilette formulation, so it might not last quite so long, but sometimes they can surprise us. So we'll jump in a few hours. All right, so it's been several hours. In fact, it's been the next day, and I tried it again, and I can see that because my shirt changed. But yeah, overall, the fragrance, it's good. There's nothing really bad about it. It's the dry down's very professional. As far as longevity and performance, if you've ever used the Dolce Gabbana Light Blue series, it's better performance than that. So like my wife could smell it on me in the car 4 hours later. Now we were in an enclosed space, kind of moving around, air conditioning kind of blowing against us. She could smell it on me. If you're looking for something that's gonna be a beast mode fragrance, this probably isn't it. You're not gonna fill a whole room with this, but it's also an EDT of a designer formulation, so you're not really expecting that for the most part. Now, as far as the overall longevity on clothes, 6 hours at least. On skin, 4 hours minimum, and probably a good bit longer than that on skin, as far as it being a skin level scent. So you can wear this, you can put this on in the morning and you don't got to reapply while you're at work. You'll be fine. So the longevity's on point if you're trying to use this as like a workplace cologne. That being said, it's also a very professional overall fragrance, even with those kind of syrupy, sweet opening citrus notes that it has. The notes in the middle, lavender, universally appealing. Same with sage, same with geranium. The base notes of that vetiver, cedar, patchouli, again, it's not a very it's not like a dirty green patchouli. It's a very understated kind of patchouli. It's not super strong. The main actor in that is the cedar and the vetiver. So if you're looking for a nice woody professional kind of dry down on a fragrance for work, this is a good choice for you. Nothing wrong with it. The one note that I'm at a loss for it because I can't find it is that pimento pepper. I don't get that. I don't get the chili pepper. I don't get pimento pepper from this at all, even though it was like one of the opening notes. So I'm not sure what that's all about. So if you're looking for a peppery, kind of pimento-ish fragrance, this one's not going to do it, at least to my nose. I could not differentiate pimento, and I grew up where pimento cheese sandwiches are pretty much a staple. So I didn't pick that up from this particular fragrance. So if you're looking for a peppery note, don't look here. But other than that, guys, not a whole lot else to say. It does the job. It's not really groundbreaking. It's a nice fragrance, make a nice gift, good everyday kind of fragrance for most men in most workplaces. And the performance is reasonable given the price point. So other than that, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel to see more stuff like this, and have a great day.